We're going to count it down, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again to another edition of Geek Culture Congress. I'm one of your hosts, as always, Louis Speedy Jr. Gonzalez, accompanied by my good friend, Michaela Fig.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Well, I'm great. Mr. Joey Franchise, world-famous DJ and influencer. How you doing, sir?
Amazing.
You're amazing. Great. And, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, the very funny and talented Mr. Tarek Lewis. How you doing, sir?
I had to switch to bottled water because Joey accused me of drinking on the show last time. So I got to be clear that this is water. It may be tequila in here also, but
it could be vodka too. Are you that toxic vodka versus tequila?
I'm a brown liquor person.
Okay.
So,
Then we can hang then. Welcome to another edition of Geek Culture Congress, and of course, we're talking about our favorite subject, ladies and gentlemen. If you have seen episode 2 of Falcon and Winter Soldier, we're going to spoil some things and talk about it first. But I guess up first, before we actually start spoiling anything, starting with you, Michaela, how'd you like the episode?
I loved it.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I hate John Walker. Can we all agree to that?
Yeah.
Well, he's a prick in the comic book, too.
Of course.
Yeah,
But I think, pretty well in this episode.
He wasn't an asshole. Like he was
Yeah.
I was assuming he was gonna be a douche.
Right.
But I was like, then I see the episode. I'm like, yo, he's actually a nice guy. Why are they being mean to him? Like, yeah, let him live.
What do you say, Tarek?
I liked the episode, and I didn't hate John Walker either. I think he was just being
I
used.
like him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's a good plot device. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, we've been dying for a Captain America without lips.
Without teeth.
My
That didn't look like.
My wife was watching the show and she was confused. She was like, "That's not the same Captain America that came out at the end of the first episode." And I was like, "Yes, it is, babe. You're not, because you're looking at him without the mask on, so it's not holding his chin like this."
That's wild.
That's why.
You know who he is, right? That's Kurt Russell's kid.
That is Kurt.
Yeah,
That's
Kurt
why he
Russell's
looks like
son.
that.
Yeah.
Kurt
That's why he
Russell's
looked
son.
that.
Interesting, because he was Ego to live in
Holy.
Planet. Now he's brought into the
Right.
MCU. Look at that. Look at
Right.
that family
Right.
ties.
Look at that family all in the MCU.
That's why he's able to throw that thing like that.
Right?
Anyway.
It's in the blood.
Oh, man. The first episode, we got a little teaser of him. And then, of course, at the end of episode 2, we got another teaser, and we're going to talk about that later. But diving into this episode, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to spoil the crap out of Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 2. So if you're not up to point, what's up to Red Lodge 5? What up?
What
We
up?
are live on Checkpoint XP. If you feel like you want to chime in on the conversation, feel free to do so. I am monitoring the chat here and there while switching and running the show here and all the technical stuff. And feel free to talk more. 4 more shows, 160 minutes, Red Lodge says, of Falcon and Winter Soldier. And I'm excited, man. I really like I like the compare and contrast to what we had with WandaVision and now this kind of show. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It just shows
Yeah.
the
Much
range
different.
of
Well,
range
this
of,
is MCU.
Yeah.
This is like what we're used to.
Yeah.
WandaVision was way off.
It shows the range of the kind of shows that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is trying to do, and all kinds of different directions that they're going to go. And I really liked help me out, Tara, because I forget the Black Captain America. We're going into the spoilers now, ladies and
Well,
gentlemen.
there were 2 Black Captain Americas. Isaiah.
What was his
his
last
name
name?
was
Thomas?
Bradley. Isaiah
Bradley.
Bradley.
Isaiah Bradley. Yeah.
Yes.
Why'd you just
Yeah.
assume that Tarek knew the Black
You saw
Captain
that?
America?
You saw the bullshit.
Because he
Yeah,
was the
does.
next person in line for me to
Damn,
kick
bro.
it off
I
to.
know
talk.
you know
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
We're fresh out of February. I know you have to know this.
Plus, I went to the expert. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, see, you're making it weird.
Listen, you don't gotta make it weird, bro.
Yeah.
So, did you notice that his nephew is also another Captain America that we're possibly could have in the future? I don't know if anybody caught that deep cut.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Eli Bradley.
Yeah.
He's Patriot in the comics.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I really like the undertones and just the way that the Marvel Cinematic Universe kind of like touched the the pulse of things that are happening and the talk about race and in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, how it is to be black and all that stuff, even from even the first episode, you know what I mean?
Right.
When Falcon's trying to get a loan and all that stuff, and to this episode, I mean, he have an argument with his partner in the middle of the street and the cops rolling up on you. So,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's just I really enjoyed I enjoyed the storytelling that they're trying to do, and it's very bold. And I give kudos to Marvel for doing something like that. What do you say, Joey?
I totally agree. I think they are, in a sense, like woke. You know what I mean? On the situation and seeing like keeping it modern and being in the times that we're in. Them kind of shining light on a situation like that, because like why wouldn't we know about a black Captain America that came up right after Steve Rogers went in the ice? You know what I mean? So and it's crazy how the government kept that under wraps, and we get that storytelling in this episode with Isaiah Bradley again, a nice little nod to the comics. A lot of Easter eggs in this episode too, which I really appreciated. I think what was really cool of them telling it is just like what they're gonna open up is what I'm assuming is pretty much Falcon wanting to take that mantle, seeing what Isaiah Bradley has been through, and knowing how important it is for a man of his stature to really have that shield, and why Steve actually
represent. Yeah.
Why Steve gave him the shield in the first place. So I really like where Marvel's going, and I can't wait for episode 3.
What do you think, Michaela? You like everything in this episode?
I thought it made it feel very current. It made it feel relatable, because I feel like other superhero, I'm going to blame DC a little bit, they have an issue with being more relatable to, current things that are going on in the world right now, instead of it just being like, all these people have powers, but we're still living in, technically, America.
Yeah.
So they gotta touch on those things, that we're not all living at Avengers Campus the whole time.
Right.
We're living in the real world.
In the real world, yeah. We're some real world problems to Marvel. Marvel's always been great about that, even in the comic book form. Tarek, how you feel about the way the storytelling is going right now in episode 2?
I'm going to slightly disagree with the floor here. I thought that the incident with the police was a little forced.
Yeah,
I thought
think
it was
so.
like a little like it wasn't very natural. Like, but I the Isaiah Bradley aspect, I like that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like if you go back in history, like that's going to be, it would be a big deal if they have Black Captain America in the mid 50s. It'd be like, yo, what's going on? I think they didn't need to do the thing with the cop thing. I don't know, but it didn't bother me. But I just didn't think it was like. I thought it was more placating. It felt like okay, we're gonna make the statement. No one can say we didn't make the statement. That's what I felt when I saw it. But it didn't make me upset. But I did enjoy the storytelling. I like the contrast of Bucky and Falcon versus Captain America, the new Captain America, and what was his name? Bravestar? Not Bravestar.
Yeah,
Battlestar.
Battlestar.
Battlestar. I like the contrast of those two dynamics of like one group's like mad military and by the book, and clearly Falcon and Winter Soldier are outside of the book.
I think a lot of undertones of the same problem of Winter Soldier and of Civil War. Things that Captain America was already dealing with or you're going to be a government guy, or you're going to be a rebel and doing what you want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, and it took Steve Rogers some time to go away from that as well. So, but John Walker, no, he's always going to be by the book. I mean, the guy is, live, breathe, bleed, military.
Right.
Do you think that Steve Rogers had no idea that, because obviously the super soldier thing is going to be a theme, and we'll talk about that in the future, because one of the when we get into the Mikey Sutton scoops of a couple of them that we picked out, we're going to talk about today. It's obviously a theme to build towards more stuff. and more characters and more even the mutant question, all that stuff. So, I mean, do you think that Captain America, the original Captain America, when he went to go live his life with his wife, but at the end of an Endgame, he had no idea these things were happening? You know what I mean?
He knew. He already kept the secret from Tony Stark that his parents died at Bucky's hand. He knew things, and he's not talking.
What do you say, Tarek? You got an inquisitive face on there.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. He absolutely knew. Yeah, he knows all this. He may not know about the what are they called? The Flag Snatchers. He may not know about them.
Right.
Because that seems like that's something that happened more recently. He clearly didn't know about the other Winter Soldiers, and he didn't know about Winter Soldier at first. But I think he definitely knew about Isaiah Bradley and more attempts to make the super soldier serum. I think he knew.
Right.
Well, if he went back, well, it could have been a different timeline, but if he went back and he lived his life, he had to have known. Especially if his wife is still working for the military.
Yeah.
They got to know, because she had to be the front line of administering that serum to someone else.
And not only in the United States government, and we're talking about implications. We're talking about what about Canada having a Weapon X program?
Yeah,
what about you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just a Pandora's box of Marvel storytelling, just with the super soldier serum. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're always because you're bringing up a good point. We're always assuming that he married Sharon Carter, and I wonder if he did. It may not have been Sharon Carter.
He was a Hugh Hefner.
Yeah.
He went for Sharon. He really went for Sharon when he got older.
He went back in time to get restore his oaths. Yeah. What do you say, Joey?
I think he had to have known. I kind of agree with the congregation that he does know, because he Avengers in the ship, and the Quinn, was it not the Quinjet, the other one, the other big ship, the Shield in the air, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, he was he went through all the documents and found out what Nick was up to and what they were trying to do with the Tesseract and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
So he had to have known things like that in that sense. I wasn't sure if he knew about. He just didn't know that Bucky was the Winter Soldier, correct? Until
he didn't know he was still alive because
until Winter
Soldier. He probably knew somebody was assassinating all these people,
right?
But he just didn't know that Bucky was the guy doing it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure that the Captain America that we all know and love, that went through the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe all the way up to Endgame, didn't know anything. But I do that the older one that came back, that returned to give the shield to Falcon, I guarantee he had to have, or at least had an idea, or at least known some history that this happened, because he lived it again. You know what I mean?
And we don't know.
That's why he gave the shield. That's why he gave the shield.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. That's
to make up for. I'm kidding.
And we don't know
I got dirt on that shield.
We don't know the extent of that conversation. The conversation they had at the bench. What was the extension of that conversation? He just hands him the shield and just leaves.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what the
he still exists in this world, right? Are we going to see him?
Apparently he it's a secret, because remember that remember the first episode of Falcon's buddy, or the guy from the military that was helping him out on a mission. Remember, he kept asking him questions about Captain America. Yeah, Torres, and he was just kind of I don't know. But it seems like Falcon really does know whether Steve Rogers is still alive or not. Live in a retirement home or something.
What if he's frozen again?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what that question is? Who knows how to answer that question? We won't know until the show progresses. I guarantee you, there's got to be. If Chris Evans doesn't come out in the old makeup in one of these episodes, it's kind of let me tell you what really happened. You know what I mean?
Right,
you know what I'm saying? It's got to be one of those scenes that happens in this show.
Sidebar, what needs to happen?
Sidebar,
because there was rumors, rumblings that Chris Evans would come back and play Captain America. What I would like to see is them tell the story of him bringing back all the stones. That would be an amazing.
Oh yeah,
Captain America
how he returned,
movie.
and
how he came back. Yeah.
There you go. That's the thing. I think that's the direction that we have to go. What do you think, Tarek?
I'm going along with what Joey said. I think he knew about all these things before he went back in time. I think he knew about. I think the whole Winter Soldier movie changed Captain America as we know it. He was no longer the Boy Scout. From then on, he was a little darker Captain America, which explains why he was the way he was in Civil War. Like, I think he knew from then on. I don't think going back in time was when he found out about Isaiah Bradley. I think he started researching, and all the SHIELD secrets came out, and he was on top of it.
When he was kind of like the nomad, kind of like anti-government kind of guy. The Captain America we got reintroduced to again in Infinity War.
Yeah. Hipster Captain America is a little different than pre-Civil War Captain America. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And real quick, like, Bucky, it surprised me that Bucky, while being under Hydra's mind control, he remembered Isaiah Bradley. I'm not sure if Bucky remembers anything he does after he does the things that he does.
Interesting.
You get what I'm saying? So I wonder if like Cap maybe reminded him at some point. I don't know. Like back in time, reminded Bucky, or because at the end of the movie, Bucky was the only one that knew what Cap went.
That's true.
You saw how his face, his demeanor kind of like changed. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, he's not coming back.
Yeah.
Red Lodge 5 says, Mikey Sutton said Chris will come back as Steve Rogers only, not Captain America. Well, that things change.
Who wants to see a wrinkly man in the suit?
Yeah, but things change. Things change. Things get rewritten. Things change from here to then. Who knows how they're actually going to execute, what they're able to get away with.
He's going to reprise his role. He's going to reprise his role as Johnny Fantastic Four.
I think if he does that in like Wars, I'd be cool with that.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it like WandaVision. It's gonna be like all in the family, and Cap's gonna be Archie Bunker, and then like Falcon will be George Jefferson. Yeah.
Before we finish up with Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 2, I want to talk quick about the flag smashers.
Yeah.
Flag smashers, right?
Yeah.
I think it's interesting their trauma. What they're trying to do. They're trying to bring back the time that there was less people on Earth.
Blip.
You know what I mean? The blip. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like. It's kind of like it's a compare and contrast of kind of what we live right now in the quarantine time. You know what I mean? Where we were isolated. They were very isolated. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, and they just want to return back to those times. I wonder what it was. I mean, what
it was government related.
Yeah, was it government related or what? I mean, what was so better about the Earth and the world then?
I think it was just because it was more unified. I mean, you saw that when Endgame started. They're doing the groups. Cap was being like a mentor or a mediator, or like in a focus group to kind of help people deal with the blip and everybody disappearing. So I think it was just more unified. Now they want to bring it there. I don't think it's a malicious. It looks malicious, but
turn malicious.
They're let's just say they're very aggressive on getting their point across on what they want the world to look like.
I mean, even to the point where the one guy, pretty much sacrificed himself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, just to let his group get away.
It's a big dedication because we don't know the personal history between all these. I don't think we have gotten to the personal history of the Flag Smasher group,
right?
And especially the main female character. I forget her name, Erin something.
Me too.
But anyway, she's or Carly something. So she's, she obviously is going to have a story that's going to get told somewhere down the road.
Right.
And I just think when, kind of what Falcon was dealing with in the beginning, like, dude couldn't get a loan. Like, and I'm pretty sure, like, during the blip, a lot of people were more unified. Things were a little bit more lenient. And now everything's getting back, everybody came back. Now, like, let's get back to business and, screwing people over again and things like that.
Her name is Carly. Carly Morgenthau.
Carly Morgan, yeah.
Yeah,
and then
I agree with Speedy. I agree with Joey.
Okay.
I think that it's a situation. If there was a way to call them like the Thanos delegation, I think that's what they would be. I think Thanos snapped half the world, and some people were like, "This actually is better." And
they took for granted the children of Thanos.
You're right. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Some people come back and they've put them. It's moved everybody probably back down the economic ladder and moved everyone around, and it's back to the way it was, and everyone is happy with it that way. Seemingly, the people who are on top are, but there's people who are like, we did unify and come back together. Which is an interesting spin on Flag Smashers. It's better than
I like the range. I like the range of the episode of just like the human experience. Like and the topics that they kind of like all hit in just one episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And made it all kind of flow. And I do agree that one little police scene was kind of like shoehorned in, like do we really need to do that? But then, and then when it happened, I was like, are we really doing this? But then, you know, okay, I appreciate how it turned out.
It was a blip. It was a little blip.
Yeah.
By the way, it's just random. I watched. I've been rewatching the Marvel films. I watched Iron Man the other night.
Yeah.
And great thing I noticed is that there's a period where a bomb lands next to Tony, and it's a Stark Industries one, and he's like kind of waiting for it to explode, and it just ran in my mind. I was like, oh, that's what happened to Scarlet Witch. Yeah, Scarlet Witch and Pietro. It's the same exact thing happened. I never tied that in together years ago. I don't know why I didn't. I wanted to allude to that. Great job, Marvel, on tying things in.
Yeah, it's great how they bring it all together.
Job. Talk about something else that was a great job. It was a great watch on my Sunday night. I watched all 3 episodes of Invincible, the animated show created by Robert Kirkman from Walking Dead fame. And I know Michaela has not finished episode 1 yet, so we cannot spoil.
No, you could spoil. It's okay. It's okay. You could spoil it. I give you free reign to spoil it.
Right. But you said you're familiar with the comic book, so I don't think of it. I am familiar. Yeah. So, Tarek, did you watch it all?
I did. I watched all 3 episodes.
Yeah. What about you, Joey?
Yeah.
No, I didn't get a chance to watch it, but definitely on my list to do because I know Seth Rogen is an executive producer.
Yes, he is.
And he's a character in it now.
I think so.
Like a small character.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
J.K. Simmons is in it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's
J.K. Simmons is definitely in it. Yeah.
He's definitely.
Definitely, I enjoyed all 3 episodes. I thought it was well done. And I really liked how they were able to make an animated show, make it adult, do it right, execute it, and because if they were to try to do this with like if they were just jumped to like a live action version of the show, I don't know if it would have taken off because there's a lot in this story that happens, and it's very hard to do in a live action. I think nowadays. Then it was very easier it seemed like it's very easier to go to because it's a very violent story.
They'd have to do the level of the boys, or they would fail.
I think they probably could have done it. I'm sure with definitely a bigger, but with a normal budget though, they were able to take a chance with this kind of story and see if people like it, and then say, okay, maybe if it pops, and now we could do a live action version of it. You know what I mean? It gave a chance for this new kind of story that's not not Marvel or DC to people to be exposed to it and say, oh, I really do like this, or maybe I don't. Maybe it just stays as what it is animated, and that's it.
Yeah, I think if it was live, it would be too similar to The Boys.
True. It is kind of. It's very similar. Very, very similar to The Boys in certain aspects. Definitely in the violence.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it without giving.
Right? Like Homelander, almost.
Yeah. The father's very similar to Homelander.
It has similar themes. Without spoiling it. But it's its own story. It's definitely its own story.
Yes.
Yeah. Now I would say the main character is very much like
I mean, if you're saying Seth Rogen is a producer of it, of course it's going to be pretty similar.
I would say the main characters, if all the characters are I can't say the word, but like a mix and match of some of our favorite characters combined into one.
Yes.
A lot of the characters, a lot of the superhero characters and supervillains and stuff like that. In
borrowing.
Yeah, they're like borrowed 2 or 3 things from different guys, put them together, and made it one character. Like there's this one that's not spoiling anything. There's one character who's the demon detective.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the demon detective is kind of like Hellboy. If I put Hellboy and Constantine into one, that's the demon detective. You know what I mean? So that's just one example. And I'd say the main character, Invincible. He's, I would say, like, if we're going to put like a Superboy and Superman together, kind of like that, maybe with a little bit of some other teen superheroes.
Well, episode 1, I don't know if you guys watched this because I watched it as a Disney movie, but Sky High, it kind of reminded me of the boy, trying to get his abilities like his father. Not the rated R aspects.
I definitely watch Sky High. I'm a proponent of Sky High as a film, by the way. So kudos to you, Michaela. I'm definitely on top of that.
So what would you give it, Joey? Tarek, what would you give it as far as like the first 3 episodes? out of 5 stars? Would you give it right now?
I give it 3.5.
3.5. So you're there. You're there for
Yeah, I
there
give
for the
it
rest?
3.5. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
definitely there for the rest. Like I said,
I'm biased.
it's kind of similar to The Boys, so I'm looking to see how it distinguishes itself. It kind of has already. Because you see a lot more superheroes, whereas in
Right.
The Boys, it's more like the normal people. How do they think of the superheroes? So it definitely leaves on good cliffhangers. The action's great. I give it a 3.5 out of 5.
I definitely give it I'm probably a little biased maybe because it's animated and I enjoy the animated stuff. But I'd definitely give it a 4. We're about the same there. Definitely there for more, and I hope you guys catch up and watch it so we can get into it more.
It's a great cast, so I know that I'll probably fall in love with it.
Watch it. I think you guys enjoy it. I think you guys will enjoy it very much. Let's see what else we got on the plate today. Let's show the Suicide Squad Red Band trailer live for everyone here.
Remove the children from the room.
Remove the children from the room. This is rated R, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, if you have not watched the Red Band trailer for Suicide Squad, we're gonna run it right now. Here we go.
You gotta be kidding me. You're gonna risk the entire mission for a mental defective dressed as a court jester.
It's coming from a guy that wears a toilet seat on his head.
We don't leave one of our own behind.
Hopefully Harley's still alive.
No funny business, Colonel. These are dangerous people.
Team 2 is clear to go.
Fire. 3, 2.
What are you guys doing?
What? We're here to save you.
You were gonna save me?
It was a really good plan, too.
Well, I can go back inside and you can still do it.
That's patronizing.
I'm so sorry. Harley Quinn.
Blood sport.
You know the deal. Successfully complete the mission, you get 10 years off your sentence. You fail to follow my orders in any way, and I detonate the explosive device in the base of your skull.
So this is the famous Suicide Squad.
I like it.
Nom nom.
Any questions?
And
Yes, that is your hand. Very good.
we're all gonna die.
I hope so.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Here's the deal. We fail the mission, you die.
If we find out any information you give us is false, you die.
If we find out you have personalized license plates, you die.
What? No.
If you cough without covering your mouth.
Harley, although that isn't an open invitation for you to cough without covering your mouth.
What's the plan?
How the hell am I supposed to know?
You're the leader. You're supposed to be decisive.
And I've decided that you should eat a big bag of dicks.
If this whole beach was completely covered in dicks, and somebody said I'd eat every dick until the beach was clean for liberty, I would say no problemo.
Why would someone put penises all over the beach?
Who knows why madmen do what they do?
This is suicide.
Well, that's kind of our thing.
Don't you worry, eh? I'm gonna get you out of here alive.
I'm going to get you out of here alive.
Oh my God! We've got a freaking kaiju up in this shit!
Uh-huh.
We love the rain. It's like angels are splooching all over us.
Wow. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be good. What do you think? What do you think, guys?
Well, it's James Gunn, so I do enjoy what James Gunn has done so far. So we'll see. But I mean, I have a question for you guys. Who do you think is going to survive? Because James Gunn said
I think
there's
they're all
going to be
gonna die.
Don't get attached.
Don't get attached to
that's
nobody.
what he said.
That's a lot of disposable characters, except for maybe Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Well, he even said she was on the cutting board too.
Wow.
I don't see any way, shape, or form Polka Dot Man survives this.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
I mean, it's very possible.
I think King Shark probably ain't gonna make it either.
No, I think King Shark will make it.
I don't know. I have my doubts. I have my doubts, but definitely it's going to be a good time in the movies.
Sylvester
or
Stallone.
at least
I can't
HBO Max.
believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone is
The shark.
The shark.
Shark.
Yeah.
King Shark, yeah.
Shark.
King Shark,
King
yeah.
Shark. Yum, yum.
King Shark is a shark. But we know
I don't
Peacemaker's
think
rise.
Weasel lasts.
Weasel dies.
What did the other one? He said, "Who knows what madmen do?" Or what? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't there
the thing they do?
isn't there a
He's getting
Peacemaker?
a show.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah, we're getting-
Peacemaker spinoff
Max.
already planned, so you gotta
Well,
assume
it
he
could be a
survives.
prequel. It could be a
That's
prequel
very true.
series.
It's very true.
No,
Well,
I
probably
think they
Ric
really
Flag.
like- I think they really like John Cena as Peacemaker. I heard a lot of people, insiders say like how great of a job he does in this role, and that's right. I mean, obviously that's why he got the spinoff. So
Yeah, Peacemaker seems like he might be a little similar to Rick Flag. So maybe Rick Flag dies and Peacemaker's the guy.
he's like a messed up Captain America, or I want to say more Homelander.
Yeah.
I like John Walker.
Yeah.
If
there
you think
go.
about the comics, he just
You're
wants
right.
to make
Do anything for the greater
Do anything
good.
for
I like it. I think it's going to be a good time. I think it's going to be
It'll
good.
be fun.
At least fun.
James
At least
Gunn
it's
does a
gonna be
really
So
good
fun.
job at making you care about characters that you probably never cared about or never cared to read about.
Polka Dot Man.
Yeah.
Who would have
Yeah.
thought?
I think that's awesome, though.
I just hope that the humor lands, because from the trailer, the humor didn't hit me as much as maybe some other people.
Yeah.
I just hope that the humor lands, because I loved Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Volume 2,
You're right. Yeah, the volume 2.
Volume 2 was
Struggle.
And
Yeah,
we got
it
the
was some
first look at
struggles.
we got a first look at the bad guy in the movie, which is obviously gonna be Starro.
Isn't
Yeah.
that a Justice
It's a
League?
big star.
Yeah.
There's
That's
a
the
giant
original
star
Justice
That's
League
one of
villain.
That's actually the very first appearance of Justice League. Pulling out my comic book nerd card right now.
Yeah.
That's the first bad first villain or monster that the Justice League fought in their first appearance.
Yep.
So that's the first appearance issue that they actually had to team up together to defeat the Starro person.
okay.
Well, I'm glad that
or monster, should I say?
I'm glad Warner Brothers just let James Gunn do what he wanted, and he really is going to be doing what he wants.
Yeah, I'm sure they were like,
Yeah.
well, James,
Whoever you
James
want.
Gunn, we will let you do whatever you want, except for, of course, the Trinity and
Oh, I don't know. They said anything he wanted, and he decided this. I think if he said he wanted to do a Batman movie, they would have let him do a Batman movie.
or if they wanted Batman to come out, if he wanted Batman to come out on this, they probably could have done it too. I don't know.
I think
No, he still might. Who knows?
Who knows what's gonna happen?
it's in the Snyderverse.
See, who's the executive producer of that? If it's Zack Snyder, I think it's all.
No, I don't think he is. Is he?
No, I
Not
didn't
sure.
look. I don't look. But talking about something that they're working on and producing right now, a final cast list for the new Obi-Wan Kenobi Star Wars TV show, and I'm gonna share the list for you guys so you guys can see it. It's actually on the official Star Wars Twitter account.
Yes.
Of course, Ewan McGregor is going to be reprising Obi-Wan.
Oh, my boy Han from
Yeah.
Fast and Furious is in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
The guy that's kind of dead.
Sung Kang, that's his name. And then Hayden Christensen will be coming back, obviously, as Darth.
I did want to make a big point out. Uncle Ben is going to be in it.
Is he?
Yeah, that's Uncle Ben right there in the corner. He was in the prequels.
Really?
The guy in the corner there.
There's another image here that they shared.
Well, that confirms that we might see a baby Luke.
No, that'd be cool.
Maybe.
Why is that cool? I don't know why it is, but it sounds like it'd be cool.
Well, then we might see if Darth Vader did actually come back to try to get his son back.
Yo,
Right.
Ice Cube's son is in this.
Yeah, so let me run it all down for anyone listening to the audio version of this podcast later on.
Okay.
Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, Moses Ingram, Joel Edgerton, Bo Panesi.
You can mess up that
Yeah,
one,
sorry.
Speedy. It's cool.
Kamal,
I don't
Yeah,
even
that's okay.
Kumail
Kamal
Nanjiani.
Nanjiani.
He's funny.
Yeah.
Andrea Varma, she was in Mandalorian, right? Wasn't she?
I don't.
Was she? I don't remember.
I think she was. I think she was the lady that fought what's her name? If I might be wrong. Rupert Friend, O'Shea Jackson Jr.
O'Shea Jackson.
O'Shea.
That's
O'Shea
Ice
Jackson
Cube's
Jr.
Ice Cube's son.
There you go.
Yes. Sung Kang, Simone Cassell, and Benny Safdie. so far. And obviously,
far?
I'm sure they'll make more announcements there, but I don't know if that's a full cast
Yeah,
announcement or
Not
not.
bad.
And Vera Verma was
Sounds
not
good.
in. She was not in
No, okay.
Mandalorian. No.
And she definitely looks like that same actress. Then
Yeah,
I got
that's a
excited
great
there.
cast, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's a really good cast.
Yeah.
And Kamal's doing Eternals too, so it's dope.
He's
that
also
he's,
doing
like,
Eternals. Yeah,
in
Disney
graded
just
into
loves
the
him.
Disney. Yeah, he obviously did something right.
get
He
that
got-
bag, Kamal. I'm not mad at you.
For real.
Yeah, get that money.
He's already muscular for it. They're like, might as well.
Yeah, they might as well throw him in something else. We can't waste. We can't waste that those muscles on a romantic comedy.
You're just not funny anymore when you're muscular.
Just got to get you in something else. But I'm very much looking forward to the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. It's my favorite Star Wars character. Hands
Same
down.
for me too, Tarek. I'm with you there. He's my favorite. I was actually, fun fact, I was actually at D23 when they announced it.
Really?
And I saw Ewan got up on the stage.
Oh,
that's dope.
It was. I have a video of it. I love it. I cherish it.
All right, so let's get into the rumor mill now, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to focus on a couple of Mikey Sutton's scoops. You want all the scoops that he does every week, you go to geekositymag.com like I do, and you can do the same thing and read them on yourself, okay? Deathstroke. Joe Magnanello. How you say his last name? How did you guys do it? Before I ruin more names here.
Manganiello. Yeah.
Manganiello reveals details on Ben Affleck Batman movie.
What would have been?
What would have been or could be still.
Or could be
still, because that's another scoop that's there that talking about HBO Max really wants a Batman Ben Affleck movie for HBO Max.
If they didn't piss off Ben Affleck too much.
Well, let's see. You know, he did come back for some scenes there. So Deathstroke's Joe Maginello. All right, I'm never gonna
just
say
say Joe.
Just Joe has now revealed the details of Ben Affleck's abandoned Batman movie. Joe dropped thrilling plot elements during a Phase Zero podcast. According to the Deathstroke actor, he would have returned of one of DC's most lethal and popular villains, Deathstroke. Deathstroke's brief appearance as Zack Snyder's Justice League is among the most exciting teasers in the movie. There was massive anticipation in seeing Deathstroke fight Batman even before the Snyder Cut. Moreover, the buzz towards such a movie was greater than the upcoming The Batman starring Robert Pattinson. However, Ben Affleck decided not to pursue it either as an actor or director. Shortly thereafter, Matt Reeves was announced to direct The Batman. Unfortunately, The Batman will be set outside established continuity. Ben Affleck's Dark Knight could be among the greatest comic book films never made on paper. Just seeing Ben Affleck trade fistcuffs with Joe Manganiello would be a must-see movie. But Joe explained there was much more to it than that. Let's see what he said. His quote, and he quotes, "There was like a big, huge showdown, I think, between Batgirl. Batgirl jumps in to try and help Bruce because Deathstroke is so fast. He can anticipate Bruce's movements. Apparently, Deathstroke also does something that many of Batman's villains haven't been able to do. Batman is completely afraid of Deathstroke. He met someone who can take him," Joe admits. While it's a tad difficult imagining Batman afraid of anyone, it could have been a cool twist. There you go. And then Joe says, further elaborated, this movie led to this big cinematic battle through the streets of Gotham in the end. It's like a real-life psychological thriller of Deathstroke. He was like a horror movie, kind of like Jaws, you know? Like Hunting Batman, I guess. I guess that's what pretty much the twist of what the movie that would have been, the Batfleck show that would have been. What do you say, Tarek?
No.
I'm
not buying.
Things don't happen for a reason.
I'm not buying Batman scared of Deathstroke.
Yeah, definitely, man. I don't know.
I'm not buying Batman scared of Deathstroke without, and then Batgirl not being scared of Deathstroke.
Right.
I'm not buying that. He's already here's the big Warner Brothers problem. You've already introduced Doomsday.
Right.
So it's the most deadliest figure in DC probably, next to Darkseid maybe. So now Batman being scared of not scared of Doomsday, but scared of Deathstroke. I'm not buying that. I think the fight would have been great. I don't know if Deathstroke has enough levels to be a Batman villain. I'm sure they could have thought some plot, but Deathstroke's a mercenary, so
right.
He doesn't really have motivation to pull off crimes just to destroy Gotham and stuff. He just whoever pays me. At the end of the day, if I were Bruce Wayne, I would just pay him. But
I mean, we saw the nightmare scene. Clearly, he's getting a paycheck.
Right.
Something. You're getting something, or at least on life. What do you say, Joey? You think that all that flies with you or no?
I don't buy into Batman being afraid of Deathstroke. I would, however, would have paid to see them do a nice little showdown. After playing the Dark Knight, was it Batman Origins, Arkham Origins. There was a dope like fight scene that I played like fighting Deathstroke. So I would have been dope to see that on film. I like Joe Manganiello's take on the character. He looked just like him in Justice League, so I was pretty hyped to see what was gonna come into fruition if Batfleck actually kept going with the movies. But whatever. I mean, guess we'll never know.
Michaela?
I don't know. I don't think Joe even saw the finished cut of the script, so I don't even know if he even knows what was in the script. But I think it wouldn't be I think what Ben Affleck would have done based on his previous work is it would have been not afraid of him killing, like Deathstroke killing Batman. It would be more afraid of seeing the similarities in him and seeing him as a bad guy. And he's like, oh, look at me. I killed Superman. This guy acts like me. It would be more of a psychological, like you were saying, not I'm afraid he's going to kill me because he's so fast.
I don't know.
He's got way too much money to do that. I mean, I guess with Lex Luthor funding Deathstroke from at the end of Justice League, if it was going to be in the Snyderverse, I could see him like, I don't even know. I just don't think that Joe read anything in the script.
I think the issue is an actor who probably didn't even read a full script trying to explain something that could have, would have happened in a movie.
That's my issue with it. I'm like, dude, you don't know nothing.
Would have been filmed. You know what I mean? So I definitely take the whole quote with a grain of salt. Whatever. I mean, maybe
he's not even an A-list to be like, not to be mean to Joe or anything, but if some people can't
tell us
read
how you feel,
scripts,
Michaela.
you're not getting it.
Damn, tell how you really
feel. Joe, the only thing going for you is you married Gloria from Modern Family. That's it.
Was that Sophie? Oh yeah, he's married Sophie Vergara.
Yeah, he is.
Oh wow, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
I don't think
he's a very famous Dungeons and Dragons player as well. He does like live Dungeons and Dragons like on Twitch with like actors and stuff like that.
That's insane.
And they act out their characters. They act like their characters. With voices and stuff. Yeah.
Sorry, Joe. You didn't read anything.
I got bad news for you. The PS3 store is about to close, so you better download all those. Yeah. They're finally closing the PS3, the PS Plus, the PS Vita
I didn't know it was
downloads.
Wow.
So, you guys, if you've been holding on like Tarek, it's time to at least go to the
If
store,
I don't have a PS4 yet, I'm clearly not using a PS3. I didn't know PS3 had a store.
Actually, I bought a lot of games on PS3, so I'm literally gonna go probably right now to like a pawn shop or something and try and get a PS3 just so I could re-download all those games. I spent a lot of money on games for the PS3. I need to have those copies.
First world problems.
Right.
One more Mikey Sutton scoop before we close the door on all that stuff. Falcon and Winter Soldier plants seeds for Luke Cage reboots.
No.
Boo, boo,
What do you think?
Not here for that.
No? Why not?
I'm not a fan of that. Like,
What, the cop scene? I'm kidding.
No, I just think
I
don't think they're gonna reboot pretty much what happened, how he became, how he was turned to Luke Cage. I think they're gonna.
I feel like that's a reach though. Like so much on their plate for the next couple years. Like Luke Cage Easter egg right now is not it. Like, give me mutants. Like Madripoor is gonna be in the next episode. Zemo is gonna be in the next episode. Putting them on, I guess, to Madripoor and this diluted super soldier serum. Give me X-Men stuff.
Well, I think it goes back to what they did in a Netflix show. Like there was obviously people that were experimenting with Luke Cage. So that goes back to now the super soldier problem that they're having right now, Falcon Winter Soldier. Bunch of doctors trying to figure out make the super soldier serum better. You know what I mean? Maybe they experimented with him. I don't know.
He's the baby Yoda of the series.
Yeah.
They better keep.
I won't dive
the
into the
same
whole
Luke
article,
Cage.
but
They need to keep the same. They need to keep the same Luke Cage. If they're gonna do
I
it.
think they can.
Yeah.
I think they could do it. I think they could do it and keep it. Okay, yes, he was and they need to definitely keep the actor. I just think
But this problem is
deserves
like
another
the
shot at the role.
continuity. Like, where does that fall? You know what I mean?
Oh, I don't know. That's up to the writers there. I don't know how that's going to happen, but
I think Mikey loves the Netflix series, but I don't think all of them are going to make it.
I don't think so either.
no.
Daredevil, yes, because it was a very, very popular show.
In
but
that
not
article,
Luke Cage.
now you're talking about Daredevil. In that article, it didn't mention that their powers kind of were kind of like the same, similar as far as like there were chemical like Jessica Jones was experimented on somehow. I forget how it was that happened either when she was younger or something like that by her father, or something like that. I forgot what it was.
That may be in the comic books, but in the show, it was the truck with the chemicals.
It was a truck. Okay, so her was chemicals. Daredevil was chemicals. Luke Cage got experimented when he was in jail. I mean, so it's like there's a,
And then Iron Fist was what?
Iron Fist was whatever. Spirit, I don't know. That was
Reboot.
Yeah, we could reboot that. Oh man, so let's get into some gaming stuff before we head out. You shared this actually, Michaela. We have Sony PlayStation Productions Ghost of Tsushima. Tsushima? Is that how you say it?
Ghost of Tsushima.
Tsushima movie. John Wick's Clad Stileski. He's the director, I guess. He was the director for John Wick, or he's the producer for one of them.
For one of them,
I guess he's producing this movie. Have you played the game, Tarek? I mean,
I have not. Well, I have played the game, but not like I played the game because it was so popular that someone was playing it, and I was like, I got to get my hands on it.
Oh, okay. What about you, Joy?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah,
game.
So you own it. You did it. You beat it. Good.
I didn't beat it all the way through because PS5 came out, and I had to, it had to be sacrificed for the greater good to, afford and pay less on the PS5.
You can play it on PS5.
Yeah, I could. So I still have saved game data, so I definitely want to download it. But I've been streaming and playing a lot of Call of Duty lately, so I definitely want to.
Oh, we're gonna talk about.
Oh, and I want to dive back into Avengers too, because Avengers is now going to do the DLC where you can. They're going to do a huge rollout for Black Panther.
Okay.
For the game, so it's going to be dope. I'm hyped for that.
Interesting. What about you, Michaela? You're the one who brought it, so I know you must have played the game.
I don't play it,
No?
but I was going to ask you guys if you played it. Do you think that it's worthwhile to make a movie out of it? Do you think they could do a good one with the one of the directors of John Wick?
Yeah, honestly, if the dude, I'm sorry to cut you off, Terry. I think if they do somebody similar to like a guy, if they find a guy like how they found the guy to play Shang-Chi, I think it'd be dope.
Diamond in the rough, yeah.
Yeah, find that diamond in the rough and get like a dope martial artist in that sense, or a great actor that can portray that role perfect. I think it'd be solid. Like the story was really good. I really dug the story of the game. So, I mean, to make it a movie, I think it'd be a nice transition if they stay,
And it's going to be Amazon. I sent you because I forgot the.
It's going to be on Amazon.
Service.
Oh, I'm with that. Yeah, if you're on
that's dope. I'm not sure exactly where it's going to be.
But with Amazon, they're even making more game shows out of games.
This is going to be the
announced
wave.
like a whole big. They announced like 3 of them. This is just the most recent.
Like a lot of people who created IP are going to get them knocks and them calls.
Yeah, I think
we're moving away from books.
Well, here's the thing. I think people are trying to find the next thing. They see Marvel, cashing out on a bunch of things, and DC's like, pretty much sort of picking back up now that Justice League has come out. I think they want to find the next big thing, and I heard they want to reboot Resident Evil, things like that. So everybody's diving back into the games. You got the Uncharted movie ready to come out soon with Tobey Maguire and Mark Wahlberg in it, which is really dope. So, and Mortal Kombat in a month. So, I mean, it's a good time to be not only for video games, but like just for the culture of comics and
definitely
games.
Crossing over to pop culture more video games. Definitely,
which is really cool.
Talking about we were talking about Call of Duty. You want to say something, Tarek? Sorry.
No. I agree for everyone. I think it's actually a great idea to do this film, and if it's going to be on Amazon, especially you can do. I mean, in the anime community, there's like a big debate, dubs versus sub. I think if you did this movie with the subtitles, I know it would turn off some people, but if you did it that's the easiest way to not have to try to find an American speaking actor who knows all this stuff. And the other one is to put do the subs on it. That'd be a unique experience, but I can understand why you wouldn't do that. But I think it'll be a great opportunity for them to expand.
No, I think it'll be great, man. I know a lot of people like Joey that love the game, so I'm sure it's just going to be a good time, especially if the movie's done well. Talking about more gaming stuff, Battlefield 6. You got into Battlefield, Joey?
Nah, I never really got
I like
into
Battlefield. I like Battlefield because you can fly in and out of planes and parachute out or jump out of it and bail out. Or somebody's in a plane or a tank, you can jump into like an anti-aircraft machine gun and blow them out. You know, there's a rock paper scissors to everything wherever you're at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Battlefield has an they have a nice solid a cult fan base in a sense. I just feel like Call of Duty's kind of mastered and kind of got a grip on the whole thing. It's kind of like, here's the thing. It's not saying that it's better than not saying that Call of Duty's better than Battlefield, but it goes back to the whole EA Sports owning, like having the rights
versus NBA 2K.
Yeah. So versus 2K thing, because it's the Madden rights, like NFL 2K, to me, in my opinion, is still one of the best. 2K NFL 2K5 was the last.
Was that the one on Dreamcast?
It was on. Well, that was the first two was on Dreamcast, and then when Dreamcast went out, they kept making up until 2005, and that was the last great like NFL game in my opinion. I think it's still better than like some of the Madden stuff that's out right now. But EA Sports pulled out that checkbook and said, "Yo, NFL, we want the rights," and they've had the rights ever since. I don't know how long the license lasts. I heard, NFL is going to be talking to 2K real soon, but it just goes to that me saying, like, I think Call of Duty, and they've built such a huge brand that it's hard for people to kind of differentiate themselves from playing that and playing Battlefield. So I think Battlefield doesn't get it's not that it gets a bad rep. I just think that it's like the unpopular choice.
I see. Yeah, kind of like buying Reeboks.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. For real.
It's the off brand.
It's the off brand.
Yeah.
It's like
it's not a bad brand, but it's just not the popular one. It's not Nike.
Right.
Yeah,
they gotta.
You
like
want to
you
go
said
on?
before,
You can't resell Reeboks.
What about you, Tarek? You ever played some old Battlefield before?
I've played Battlefield before. I think the last one I played was 4, something like that.
Yeah.
But what Joey's saying is right. You want to go on and play with people who have the game. So everybody gets Call of Duty. Not this Battlefield. More or less people get it. So you can't play against as many people. Now that So if you're cool with that, it's a great game. But if you're going to drop that 70 or whatever, most people are going to spend it on Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's true. What about you, Michaela?
I played briefly, but I mean, I know more people that have Call of Duty, like Tarek was saying, like it's all about hype when you're talking about video games and even movies and all that. Whoever has it and is playing it, they're not going to be in the desert, playing Battlefield by themselves.
I always had a hard time getting people to play with me playing Battlefield. That's definitely a fact.
Right, and it costs so much money. You're dishing out this money.
I would buy the newest Battlefield and be like, like 2 or 3 people will be able to play with me. You know what I mean? So, but supposedly Battlefield 6 is dropping. That's why I brought it up. They're coming out with their own battle royale mode, a la Warzone, Fortnite, vibes. That supposedly is going to be a Warzone killer.
A Warzone
killer? A Warzone killer. That everybody's going to dump Warzone for this new Battlefield 6. Then it could be also another free-to-play thing, too.
They said that or someone else said that?
No, this is the rumor.
I was going to say,
the rumor
in
the video game world is that this Battlefield 6 Battle Royale mode is a Warzone killer that is going to shake the game. Is going to pull the people away from Warzone.
Well, EA Sports, I want to send us a demo of this because I definitely am down to try and see what y'all talking about.
Yeah.
Listen,
Well,
Go ahead, Tarek.
That's their opportunity. They have to find a way to wrestle people away from Call of Duty. And if they provide this new experience, you might get some people who say, "Man, I'm done with Call of Duty. I'm tired of that playing with 12-year-olds," and go over to Battlefield. You never know.
Talking spicy too. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, I see a lot of issue with the too much of the comparisons, because then if Call of Duty is going to be the superior over here, they're going to be like, "Oh, well, I like it better on Call of Duty." If they have too many things that are similar, if they have to, I think they got to really distinguish themselves to be different.
Battlefield has a weird, like I said, the rock paper scissors kind of thing. Like, okay, you're in a plane, I get into an anti-aircraft gun. If you're in a ship, okay, I'll change my class to a bazooka. You know what I mean? So I can blow you away. You know what I mean? So it has that going for itself, where it's kind of like like, Call of Duty, you get called on a kill streak or whatever, you're dead. You know what I mean? Unless you got to like, you know what I'm saying? It's like really hard to like find a counter and use it against somebody in the game. Where a Battlefield seems like it's more seamless, like it's very fast for you to find the solution to destroy those people.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to say Battlefield for smarter people, Speedy? That's what you're trying to say?
Well, I don't know. No, I don't want to say that. It definitely requires some thought. So does Warzone too. All the games require some thought. What requires more thought though is Cyberpunk 2077, which is apparently still a horror story for anybody who has it on console. I don't know about the new consoles though, PS5 or it should run those fine. It should run. But if you have
they don't have the kinks out.
Yeah, they don't have the kinks out. But supposedly there's a big gigantic fix patch that's coming soon, also for the PC as well. Yeah, so I guess they can all crossplay or whatever. I mean, you think there's still time to salvage this game, Joey?
For Battlefield?
Yeah, no, not for Battlefield. For Cyberpunk.
For Cyberpunk.
Yeah, for the consoles, because obviously on PC that has been working fine for the PC people.
Yeah, I heard it works a lot better on PC. Console.
I don't know about PS5 or
I don't like it at all.
Okay, you did run it?
Yeah, I dumped the game. I'm good on
so
that.
You're done.
I'm done.
So now no patch, nothing. So no, bring it back.
No, I'm not feeling it at all. I totally tapped out. Like the first, I gave it probably one good run, maybe 2 or 3 good runs, and then I was like, you know what, I'm not even thrilled playing this game.
Did you touch it, Michaela?
My brother didn't. He likes the PC version.
Okay, so
of it. He's
the PC
a really big
they're
PC
on,
fan.
and
they've really done it well on that.
Yeah, so I don't know, Tarek, have you ever heard that before? A patch coming and saving a game after it has been panned?
Well, I not to this level. I think it's kind of unprecedented. They had so many errors, but at the same time, so did the PS5 in general. Yeah. So I think people who bought it will try to salvage. I think a lot of people will try to salvage, but I don't see them running out and telling everybody, you should go get it now because they fixed everything. I see them saying, okay, they salvaged the game, but I'm mad. And so they're not going to go and spread the word, and it's not going to. I think it's more of a goodwill thing now for the game developer for the next thing they do. At least we fixed it.
Yeah. I went to I was at Walmart the other day, and there was literally like 100 deep stack of that copies of those games, not on sale, sitting in the in the stock in Walmart, where they have them on the bottom, locked up.
Yeah.
So you could, like there was literally like 100 copies down there.
Ooh.
And no other copies of any other game. Like literally, like nobody was buying that game at all.
Wow.
Yeah, or at least for the for the console. So. I don't know. I think that boat has sailed, to be honest with you. At least
more
for
people
on the
buying
console
Sackboy than that.
or Fall Guys. Probably had a better time in the video game system. Tarek, let them know how they can follow you and keep up with you, sir.
My name is Tarek on Instagram and Tarek Lewis on YouTube.
Michaela?
Instagram, Mika Fig. I'm on YouTube at Adult Adventure Time and on B Pod Studios, Theme Parks and Rec Podcast.
Some Joey Franchise.
Yeah, just at Joey Franchise on Twitter, Instagram, and on Twitch.
With a Z. That's right. Get it right. Follow me, my eternal life, DJ at DJ Speedy JR, all socials. Also, I game too as well, Speedy Junior Gaming on Twitch too. You can follow me at DJ Speedy JR. Thank you so much for hanging out with us here on the live show. Follow us. Give us a like on the Facebook. 3 words, Geek Culture Congress. On Instagram, put it all together, Geek Culture Congress. Thank you so much for hanging out with us here on the live show. Everyone on Checkpoint XP, my man Red Lodge 5, thank you so much for chiming in. And next time, guys, you want to chime in too, feel free to do so on the chat. Everyone listening to the audio version of this podcast, thank you so much. And you can follow the audio version too. We do even more episodes. I do New Comic Book Day tomorrow, which is run down all the new comic books that are coming out for the week. And interviews and surprise things and much, much more. So make sure you follow the audio podcast as well and just search for us, Geek Culture Congress, wherever you listen to your podcasts, okay? Thank you so much for hanging out with us here on the live show. Everyone have a good one and be safe.